Time is the most powerful force in the world. It cannot be stopped, slowed, or reversed. It moves silently, teaching lessons without words. This is the story of how one man learned the true value of time, not through success at first, but through loss, regret, and finally, transformation. In a quiet town surrounded by dusty roads and tall neem trees lived a young man named Ion. He was intelligent, kind, and full of potential. Everyone who knew him believed he was destined for greatness. His teachers praised his sharp mind. His friends admired his creativity, and the elders in his town often said, "This boy will go far in life." But Ion had one weakness: he never respected time. He woke up late, delayed his work, and constantly postponed his dreams. Whenever someone reminded him of a deadline, he would just smile and say, "Relax, I still have time." Tomorrow was his favorite day, because tomorrow was always the day he planned to change his life. Ion's biggest dream was to become a successful writer. He imagined publishing books that would inspire millions of people, yet his notebook remained completely empty. His days were wasted scrolling through his phone, endlessly chatting with friends, and just waiting for motivation to magically appear out of thin air. Yes, passed. But nothing changed. Ion was still waiting for tomorrow. One day Ion's college announced a prestigious writing competition. The winner would receive a full scholarship and a once-in-a-lifetime chance to work with a famous publishing house. This was it. This was the opportunity Ion had been waiting for his entire life. His friends immediately started preparing. They spent their days researching, writing drafts, and revising their work over and over again. Ion, on the other hand, was confident in his natural talent. He decided to wait. "I work best under pressure," he told himself. "I'll write it in the last few days." But those last few days quickly turned into the last few hours. The night before the submission deadline, Ion finally sat down at his desk, staring at a blank, glowing screen. His mind was tired. His ideas were scattered and disconnected. Panic started to replace his earlier confidence. He tried to write, but the words just wouldn't come. As the sun rose, exhausted and completely defeated, he missed the deadline. A week later, the results were announced. One of his close friends, someone who had worked tirelessly, won the competition. That night, Ion sat alone in his room, holding his unused empty notebook. For the very first time, he felt something heavy in his chest. It wasn't anger, it wasn't jealousy, but a profound sense of regret. He whispered to himself, "I had the talent, but I wasted the time." A few days later, while walking aimlessly through the town, Ion noticed a small, old shop he had never paid attention to before. The signboard read, "Elias & Sons, Clock Repair Shop." Curious, he stepped inside. The shop was filled with the sound of ticking, clocks big and small, old and new. The sound was almost overwhelming, yet strangely calming. Behind the counter sat an old man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. "Welcome," the old man said softly. "I'm Mr. Elias." Ion smiled awkwardly and asked, "Sir, why do you keep so many old clocks? Most people just use their phones now." Mr. Elias looked up from his work and smiled. "Phones showed time," he said, "but these clocks, they teach time." That one sentence caught Ion's full attention. Mr. Elias continued, "Every single clock in here reminds me that time never stops, not for success, not for failure, and certainly not for excuses." Ion felt as if the old man was speaking directly to his soul. Before Ion left, Mr. Elias said one more thing. "Son, remember this. Time is not waiting for you. It is always walking ahead. You can either walk with it, or you will spend the rest of your life chasing it." Those words echoed in Ion's mind for days. And soon after, life decided to test him again. His father fell seriously ill, and the family suddenly faced major financial difficulties. Ion desperately wanted to support his family, but without skills, without discipline, and without any preparation, every opportunity slipped right through his fingers. Job interviews rejected him. Projects he studied failed. The same people who once believed in his potential started to lose faith. Late one night, sitting by his father's hospital bed, Ion realized something incredibly painful. He hadn't just wasted his own time. He had wasted precious moments of life, moments he could have spent with his family, moments he could have used to build a better future for them. Tears filled his eyes as he made a silent promise to himself. If I get another chance, just one more chance, I will never waste time again. The very next morning marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life. Ion woke up before sunrise. For the first time in years, he actually planned his day. He divided his time carefully between learning new skills, working, helping his family, and, of course, writing. He followed 3 simple rules. First, start now, not tomorrow. Second, do one thing at a time, with full focus. And third, respect the small moments, because they add up. He wrote every single day, even on days when he didn't feel motivated at all. Error books improved his skills, and most importantly, he learned from his failures instead of running away from them. Days turned into months, months turned into years. And slowly but surely, his life began to change. Ion's writing improved dramatically. He started publishing his articles online. At first, only a few people read them, but then people began to share his work. One of his articles went viral, then another. Soon enough, a publishing company contacted him. The same boy who once missed deadlines because of procrastination was now known for his incredible discipline and consistency. When Ion held his first published book in his hands, he went back to visit Mr. Elias's clock shop. The old man looked at him and smiled knowingly. "You have learned the lesson of time," he said. Ion replied with deep gratitude. "No, sir, I didn't learn it." No. 4. Miorel Clazelet. For time taught me its value, but only after I had ignored it for so long. Ion's story reminds us that time is our most valuable asset. It doesn't care about our excuses or our potential. It only rewards action. You don't have to wait for a moment of regret to start valuing your time. You can start today. You can start right now. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires you to make the most of every moment.